Marinaro, the Sick Podcast, and what is shaping up to be maybe, as far as a matchup is concerned, one of the best Thursday night football games in the history of Thursday night football, which I believe it began back in 2006. Ian Rapoport, one of the premier NFL insiders, my favorite with the NFL Network. How you doing, bud?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. It looks like we have the makings of an unbelievable Thursday night football game. One team that's unbeaten versus another team that has only a loss. Two teams that might end up squaring off in the playoffs. Packers and the Cardinals, of course. Who do you got and why?
Well, I mean, let's go to some news first of all. Both these teams are going to be a little shorthanded. Devontae Adams on the COVID list, not going to play. Alan Lazard on the COVID list, not going to play. J.J. Watt, the star defensive end for the Arizona Cardinals, he has injuries too. Listen to this. This is crazy. He has a torn labrum. He has a torn bicep. He has a torn rotator cuff, and he has a dislocated shoulder. He's obviously not going to play tonight. He's going to have surgery probably on Wednesday. So both these teams are a little shorthanded. I would say this. To me, I think the Packers probably come in here and win, but I would say this. If the Arizona Cardinals win, if the Arizona Cardinals go out there and have like a decisive win, they should be everyone's Super Bowl pick. They should be everyone's pick of this is the team to go all the way, right? Because they got this and then they got the Rams coming up. Like, what more questions do they need to have answered? And I think people have still sort of doubted, like, what are the Cardinals? We'll see. They're probably going to collapse. They're probably going to go back to the mean. I don't know that they are. I really don't. So it's going to be a fascinating one tonight. I cannot wait.
So is this, in your opinion, a statement game, not only for the Cardinals, but for Kyler Murray, who everyone knows is a very good quarterback, who's put together some really impressive stats this year? But there are some out there who probably question his ability to be able to go out and win a Super Bowl. Is this a big statement game for him?
Yeah, I think it is. And, for the whole team as well. But I can't pretend that the life doesn't change on national TV, right? Reputations are made on national TV. It's why in the playoffs, when a team plays badly, it like really damages the reputation. Or a quarterback plays badly, for instance, because like the whole world is watching. This is one where tonight, I mean, the whole world is watching. And I think, if you're Kyler Murray and it's not like a lot of people tune into Arizona Cardinals games, right? Like they have not been one of the more popular teams. So there are going to be people watching tonight who are going to be watching Kyler Murray for the first time. And if he plays well, it is going to have a major impact on his season, but also on his life.
It's the Sick Podcast, and the show's brought to you by Essentia, the world's only natural memory foam mattress. Go to myessentia.com/sickpod. Use code SickPod for a free pillow with your purchase. Essentia, beyond organic sleep. I won't be sleeping tonight. I'll be watching the game. Besides watching the obvious, which is the quarterback matchup, Kyler Murray with one team and Aaron Rodgers on the other, what other matchup will you be watching in this game?
So for me, what the quarterback sees is always really fun and interesting, right? So Aaron Rodgers is one of the best tacticians at just looking out for a defense. Where's the hole? What am I going to go after? And how am I going to attack? That's really fun. Budda Baker is a very fun, interchangeable, versatile piece for the Arizona Cardinals, and he's going to be in a lot of different places. He made a lot of money not intercepting passes just by breaking up plays. Now he started to intercept some passes as well. Where is he going to be? How is he going to torment the Packers defense? How disruptive is he going to end up being? That chess match between Rodgers and Budda Baker. Rodgers is a big-time name. Budda Baker is not, but he is a great player. That is going to be fascinating to watch tonight. And then I think the other thing real quick is who covers DeAndre Hopkins and how many people are there? And that's a big-time question.
You just talked about J.J. Watt, the injuries he has right now. I don't know if I've ever heard of a player having so many injuries, significant ones, actually at the same time.
Yeah.
He's been plagued by injuries, especially over the last couple of years. Do you think at any point he's contemplating retirement because the truck just seems to be going into the garage very often for repairs?
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of been the problem. And this is why, like, last year with the Texans, I kind of wondered, like, Watt's made a lot of money. He's probably made $100 million. At what point is enough enough? Is at what point are you to be like, all right, I'm done? But then here's the other thing. He loves Arizona. He loves the Cardinals. He loves Cliff Kingsbury. He likes the fact that the team is good. I think he's liked living there. this feels to me like a kind of new lease on life a little bit, something that would make him not want to hang it up. So I know what you're saying because I was wondering the same thing. Um, but I think he might play a little longer just because he's having so much fun in Arizona.
All right, from the Thursday night matchup to what's going to happen this weekend, AFC South, Tennessee versus Indianapolis. 5-2 Titans, 3-4 Colts. Titans coming off of 2 huge wins versus the Bills and versus the Chiefs. The Colts, they're coming off a couple of wins as well. Titans have actually won 3 in a row. Indy's won 2 in a row. But, I mean, if any wants any chance of winning this division, this is their game of the year. You think they get it done?
I mean, I think I know, but I do think they have a chance because what's been kind of like under the radar a little bit, Carson Wentz is playing well. He really is. I mean, he is playing well. And I know, this year started with him having surgery on his foot, and then it's like, is he going to be ready? Who's going to be the quarterback to take his – well, then he was ready. And then the season started slow, and you're like, well, obviously Carson Wentz sucks and the Colts suck. But now they don't, though. And now he doesn't. He's getting rid of the ball quick. He's making good reads. He's accurate. Last 2 games in a little bit, he started to look like the Carson Wentz of old. Maybe the Colts are right. Maybe this is a guy that they fixed. That, to me, is the overarching storyline going on with Carson Wentz.
Mark Ingram back with the Saints. How did it come about?
Yeah, this is one that was kind of quiet over the last couple of days, and Sean Payton really triggered this, kind of signaled this, I would say, by, somebody asked him about getting a compliment to Alvin Kamara, and he said, yeah, we're working on it, which for Payton means we're thinking about trade. And that's why Ingram made sense. I mean, he's smart, he's tough, he's durable, he's a veteran, he's a good guy, and he knows the system. I mean, he's going to come in and be ready to play right away. Is he a world beater? No. But I don't know who else you're supposed to acquire. He is as far as a trade acquisition, he is a really, really fun one. And I think he makes an instant impact for the New Orleans Saints.
How about Melvin Ingram? He wants out of Pittsburgh. Possible destination for him is where exactly?
Kansas City is certainly an interesting possible destination. I know that they've had some conversations. We'll see if that one comes together. There's not a ton of teams that need edge help. I mean, I wonder, would the Arizona Cardinals need edge help? With losing J.J. Watt, I mean, Ingram would make sense. He can be physical like Watt could and give them some veteran experience. Not a lot of teams looking for edge help, but I think that would certainly make some sense.
We could understand some teams not being interested in Deshaun Watson because of everything that's happened, of course. But it appears Carolina has pulled out of those sweepstakes. Which teams are still involved, and why do you think ultimately Carolina pulled out?
Well, we'll start with the Carolina part. So what I was told, they were interested, and they still might be interested if it happens in the offseason. I think certainly that could make some sense. They wanted to sit and talk with the player. They wanted to get to know him. They wanted to talk to him personally. That didn't happen. The Texans did not make that available. So they didn't want to do a trade like this, the magnitude of this, without really, really vetting the person. So I think there was that. The price was big, and but I think that was the main thing. To me, it seems like it's just Miami now. And are they going to do it? Are they not? I don't know. There were several points this year I thought they were just going to do it, and they haven't. So, I would say it's anyone's guess whether or not this thing is actually happening before Tuesday, to be honest.
I wouldn't do it if I'm Miami. You have a young quarterback that you drafted. Chances are you're not going to go very far anyway. If you bring in a guy like Watson, your young quarterback's probably not going to play unless, of course, Watson's having a really terrible game, and it doesn't make sense to me. Should it?
Well, yeah, I think it should. I mean, now, first of all,
really,
we can't talk about this unless we know that either his legal situation is wrapped up or the Dolphins are more than comfortable with it. Right? So we have to know that they are comfortable with everything in order for them to do this. But here's the other point. He is an awesome player. He is an awesome player. And Tua has been good and could still be better and could end up as a pretty good quarterback. So Deshaun Watson is someone you train. And, if he's on your team, he is a top 5 quarterback for the next 10 years. That's why you do the deal. It's hard to get those guys. And if you have a top 10, top 5 quarterback, you're competing for the playoffs every single year. That's a fact.
Any NFL jersey you want to pick up, sportbuffshop.com for all of your officially licensed sports apparel and more. And our sick merchandise, of course. Use code SICK15 for 15% off on all of their items. One or two more very quickly, but Do you think they were patient enough with Sam Darnold?
Yeah, and I think he's going to get some more chances. You know, I think he's going to start again this week, and hopefully this is the last we talk about his benching. But I was surprised to hear, I must say, a head coach like Matt Rule kind of point him out a little bit and make it clear where the problem was. Said that about him, said about his offensive coordinator. But, you know, Darnold can play better, has played better. I think McCaffrey helps, but I think he's going to be okay. Just once you open the door and benched him, you could always do it again, which is a little scary.
In 10 seconds, I know you can pull this off. Ian Rapoport's top 5 power rankings in the NFL.
Oh, boy. Arizona Cardinals, number 1. Packers, Ravens, Rams, and Bengals.
No defending Super Bowl champions.
Oh, yeah, Bucks. Take out who do we take out? Take out the Bengals, move Bucks up to 3. There you go. That's hard off the top of your head.
Yeah, I know. I put you on the spot, but you still pass with flying colors. Hey, enjoy the football. We'll talk to you again next time.
All right, man. I look forward to it.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you very much. There you have it. I love talking with that guy, and I also like making money. Let's try and do that.
Time for Sick Picks. Brought to you by MyBookie.
All right. Before we get to making a little money here, I'm going to take a sip of my Cherry River Hard Seltzer. Only 9 calories, natural flavors, no preservatives. Now available in Quebec grocery stores and the beer store. Hold on a second.
Cheers.
This is to you who told me that the Florida Panthers would beat the Boston Bruins. And I brought it up before you brought it up. But you were right. I thought there was going to be a distraction with Joel Quenneville.
Yeah.
And there wasn't. And they won. So good for you. Now, I'm going to ask you to do it again. Give me another winner. And this time, I would imagine you're looking at the National Football League. And you can wager at MyBookie. You go to mybookie.ag/the Sick Podcast. Use code SickPicks to double your deposit. Bet, win, get paid. He's at Run My Bets is his handle. He's my buddy Cash. Cash, make me some more. Give me some NFL winners.
So I'm going to give you guys a few picks. I'm going to give you one for tonight. A lot of you guys are definitely going to want to pick for this Thursday night game. Like Tony said a few times, it's a massive game. I haven't seen a Thursday night game like this in a while. Looking at the numbers, this is a tough game to bet, guys. I don't have a lean as of yet on the side, but I do have a bet on the under 50 and a half. And I'm going to explain why. Green Bay's two best wide receivers are out, including Davante Adams, who might be the best wide receiver in the league right now. They're going to have to be running the ball to have success. And the thing is, this Arizona Cardinals defense ranks 28th in the run defense. They're really not that great at stopping the run. So I can see Green Bay running the ball a lot, getting some play action going. What does that mean? Clock's going to be getting chewed. Not as many points, not as many yards through the air. Look at the under 50 and a half, guys. I really like that. For this weekend, guys, I'm going to be honest. This is my favorite slate of the year that I've seen yet. I absolutely love this slate. Let's go to the 4:00 game. Patriots at the Chargers. I love the Patriots plus 5.5. I think it's way too many points. My number's about 3. What do the Patriots like to do? They like to keep the ball out of their young quarterback's hands. They like to run the ball. The Chargers, bottom 5 run defense. We saw what the Ravens did to them. We saw what teams have done to them. Even though they beat the Browns still run amok on them. I like the Patriots plus 5.5. I like them to win outright. Those are my 2 picks, guys. I really like both of these plays. Get them booked up for a unit each. Let's repeat what we did yesterday and cash some more tickets.
All right, put some units on them. I'm putting 2 units on one and 2 units on the other. All right, Cash, I'll talk to you again next time. Cheers, bud. It's the Sick Podcast. And subscribe on our YouTube channel. Tell your buddies about it. This podcast is it's pretty sick.